Welcome to Live, Life-Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. Something caught my attention when we were in Norway this past summer. Every public bathroom I went into was very, very clean. No scraps of toilet paper or paper towels on the floor. It was as if someone was always coming in to tidy it, or people just picked up if they dropped something. It made me wonder if this reflects a theory that has been rumbling in my mind this past year. Here's my thought. America is one of the few countries in the world that operates as an individualistic society. In an individualistic society, individuals hold their needs and desires over that of the group. Most other countries operate as collective societies. Collective societies put emphasis on the wants and goals of the group rather than only the needs and desires of the individual. They are less self-centered and focus more on what is best for the community and society. So, my theory is how we take care of our public bathrooms an indicator of an attitude in our society? An unsaid, "It's not my problem if it's a mess" syndrome? And even bigger, is the anger and division we are experiencing in our society today a reflection of this need to have the individual needs hyper-focused upon instead of how we can function effectively as a group? The Boy Scouts have a rule which states, "Always leave the campground cleaner than you found it." My dad, brothers, and 3 nephews all ranked in Boy Scouts. We live by that rule. Is it possible to awaken a sense of responsibility in our society for the greater good of all people rather than the intense focus on the me? Would that help us care and make life better together instead of just for me? Would that bring more unity because we were looking at decisions and fulfillment of needs for more than just ourselves? It doesn't mean dismissing having our individual goals, desires, and directions for our lives, but it does expand our focus to be mindful and respectful for the needs of those in our communities and society. Last fall, I learned a wonderful story about President Lincoln. The story goes that President Lincoln was shining his boots in the White House one day when a visiting ambassador walked into the room. The ambassador looked at Lincoln polishing his boots and said, "Mr. Lincoln, in my country, the president does not polish his own boots." President Lincoln looked at him quizzically and asked, "Oh, whose boots does he polish?" That story needs no explanation. The ripple effect has been a phenomenon studied by many researchers. It is fascinating to learn about. We all have watched rocks be tossed into a quiet pool of water and then watched as the rings of ripples flow far beyond the outline of the rock that had broken the surface of the water. Those ripples or waves keep growing and expanding from the point of their origin. The same is true for words said and kindness shown. It's like a contagion. The ripple out touching others along the way. There are both good and bad contagions. I like to concentrate on the good contagions because they always make a positive difference. Can we really change our society to become more like a collective society, focusing on how our actions can benefit others rather than just ourselves? It will take time, but I think it's possible. One way that I will start this week is to take a plastic bag with me on my morning walk to pick up garbage along my path. If someone in a car passes by me, seeing me bending over retrieving someone else's garbage, maybe that action will cause a ripple into someone else's life. I'm also going to leave the public bathrooms better than I found them, like the Boy Scout rule encourages us. And maybe, just maybe, another ripple will begin to flow. What is one way you will start? Try it. Then trust that the ripples from your example will reach farther than you can imagine. Make a sign for your bathroom mirror and commit to repeating it each morning this week before you leave. Write these 7 simple words. Whose boots are you going to polish? Join me next Monday for Live, Life-Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.